Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Summer with Summer Sweet Shop. I'm excited you're here today because we're talking about some mindset. We're talking about mistakes, things that are holding you back from going full time with your cookies. And I know that if you've ever dreamed of making cookies with a full-time income and making that full-time income, you probably already know how to decorate cookies, right? And those are probably cookies that your customers are oohing and awing all over. But it's not your piping skills that are the problem, and it's definitely not your recipe that is stopping you, because those are superb, right? They are great, they are amazing. It's the doubts and the worries that are running through your head. And I know this because I have been there before. When I first thought about turning my love of cookies into a business, my brain went into overdrive about all of these fears and worries, these what ifs. What if I'm not good enough, right? What if I don't have the time to dedicate to this cookie business? What if no one actually buys my cookies? Those were the fears and the doubts that were whispering in my head. Not just whispering, they were shouting, if I'm going to be honest. And I felt safer when I just kept cookies as my side hustle. It just felt so much more safer. It felt like, well, I'm not doing this full time. Like, this is just like a little side gig, right, that I'm doing. But at the same time, I was exhausted. I was burned out. I was constantly saying yes to every order, which was not good for my physical load, a mental load, right? And I was watching other people around me grow their businesses while I was stuck in my business. And the turning point happened when I realized what it was that was really keeping me stuck. And it wasn't my skill. It was all in here. It was my mindset that was keeping me stuck. Today, we're going to talk about 3 common mindset blocks that keep cookiers stuck. That keep you stuck in that rat race, that hustle mentality. What are the 3 common mindset blocks that really keep you from growing, unfortunately? Number 1 is that fear of failure. Is that fear that this isn't going to work out. It's that fear that what if this just isn't my thing, right? It's scary to put yourself out there. There's nothing like putting things out there and saying, hey, I'm doing this for realsies this time. And it makes you feel like you're just standing on the internet naked, right? So you have these questions in your head going, what if nobody buys my designs? What if nobody likes what I have to offer? What if I do a pre-sale and nobody buys and it's a total flop? But the truth is, failure isn't the end, right? It's feedback. If we have a failure, if you have a pre-sale that doesn't do what you want it to do, it doesn't meet your expectations, it's not a failure. It is feedback. It's a learning situation. And so every cookier who is thriving, they now have faced this rejection. They have faced slow seasons. They have faced where things didn't work out the way they wanted to. Maybe they tried to do a farmer's market. Maybe they tried to do a pop-up. Maybe they tried to do something else that just didn't work out for them. And the difference, though, is that they kept going, right? They kept going and they said, I'm not going to give up. I am going to keep trying. So I want you to reframe your thinking from failure being the be all end all, right? And I want you to think, okay, this didn't work. And so you tell yourself, okay, but I did learn what didn't work, but I can learn for the next time not to do the same thing again, right? And then you're going to be closer, you will be closer to what actually will work. Okay, common mindset block number 2 is time scarcity. I don't have enough time, right? This was my number one excuse between family, young kids, other commitments, all of that behind the scenes work that most people don't see. Invoicing, baking our cookies, searching for designs, figuring out what we're going to be offering, right? Packaging. People don't see those things. It felt nearly impossible to scale. And I thought, there's no way I can do this. There's no way I can do this. But in reality, you never like find that extra time. What you do is you create systems and processes so that you can be more efficient, so that you create that time. You are making that time. So I want you to start small. I want you to start small by doing this, by getting more time. I don't want to say that you're gaining more time or you're finding more time, but you are making more time. You're going to start small. You're going to start batching your cookie baking. You're going to start prepping your icing ahead of time. And you can use order forms to really save you hours of back and forth with your customers. The goal isn't to do all of this at once, right? It's not meant for you to do, make all the changes right now. It's to create some breathing room so that you can focus on offers that really bring you the most income in your business. Okay, number 3 mindset block is money mindset and pricing shame. I know that so many of us can relate to this as cookiers, and the guilt of raising prices is palpable, right? I used to feel like people are going to roll their eyes at my prices and they're going to think, well, who does this girl think that she is raising her prices, right? But undercharging wasn't just about hurting my profits. It was burning me out. And how do I know that I was burning out? Well, I was mad that I took this custom order. While I'm decorating, I am madder than a hornet. I am not happy about it. I'm going, I didn't charge enough. I didn't charge enough, right? I didn't want to feel like that. Prices are not just about make everything affordable to everyone, right? It's about valuing your time and your skill and building a sustainable business. It's business. We're not doing this selling cookies just because it's fun to do, right? You're taking orders and accepting money for those orders because we want to make money. We want to make money so that we can afford to send our kids to private school or send our kids to camp and pay for their extracurricular activities because we want that pair of shoes that we saw last week at Target, right? Whatever it is, it's about having that business and making it sustainable and being smart about it. And instead of asking, what will people pay for these cookies? I want you to start thinking, what do I need to charge so that my business actually supports me and my family and my goals that I have for my business? We talked about this the other day in our Next Level Cookie Club. It's about reaching that goal, whether that's you want to make $1,000 a month or maybe you want to make just $1,000 this year. What are those goals that you have in mind? And what is the mindset shift around the thoughts that you have about reaching that goal? Once I really stopped letting that fear, the mindset I had about time and the mindset I had about money and pricing my cookies, once I was able to let that go, I really started to make strategic moves in my business. I started doing pre-sales instead of around holidays, instead of doing strictly just custom orders. I started setting boundaries around my schedule. If I said, hey, I'm not working over the weekend, I didn't take orders that I knew were going to fill up my calendar, forcing me to work over the weekends. And I also set my pricing that reflected what my skills and my goals were, right? It wasn't just about, oh, this is what I need to charge because this is what everyone else in my community is charging. You charge what you feel your cookies are worth, what your time is worth, and what your customers will pay. Once I did that, I realized, oh, I can make more money and more profit in this business. It's not about having more time and saying, oh, well, Summer, we gave you 3 more hours in your day. Absolutely not. It was creating a system and those processes that allowed me to do that. It was getting over those fears and saying, I'm not gonna let that hold me back from what my goals are for this business. So the good news is you don't have to figure this out alone, right? Like, I know that you might be trapped in that mindset and you might be thinking, I'm just like in this rat race and I don't know how to get out of it. Well, I'm here to tell you, these are the exact things that I help you do in Next Level Cookie Club. I help you to get out of that rat race, to get out of that burnout, to get out of running down that slide, feeling like you can't catch yourself because you're like, I'm just taking order upon order upon order and I can't scale this. And I want you to feel like you have control over your business and that you are the one in the driver's seat, right? So I would love for you to join me in Next Level Cookie Club. You can see all of the contact information below to click and join us. We would love to have you inside. And I want you to be able to turn your talents into real, profitable, sustainable income for your family, for your business. So let me know in the comments, are you ready to take that step? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? That's why it's called the Next Level Cookie Club. I would love to help you do that and walk alongside you and give you strategies, give you practical advice, give you the resources that you need to reach those goals for your business. So come join us. We would love to have you. And I can't wait to see you inside. So thanks so much, guys, for joining me here today. I can't wait to see you inside Next Level Cookie Club. Thanks so much, guys.